I get any further into this training phase, I want to talk about the difference between teaching everything on the floor as opposed to teaching it up on the table. Now, I prefer doing stuff on the table because it helps my comfort level a great deal. And if I'm comfortable, obviously I can be more productive with my lesson. The second thing about this is that with your pup being on the floor like we have here, there's a lot of different things that you're going to need to do in order to be able to maintain his focus and concentration. So what I need you to do first off is when you're down here is to be sure that you're stepping on his lead so that he can't escape you. But again, we're going to talk about your comfort level, which is why I got down on this knee. It's my way of being able to be sure that I can control my pup and maintain his control while we're going through the training. Now understand that you can teach everything on the floor virtually the same way that I'm going to be teaching it up on the table, as I'll be showing you here pretty soon. But the importance of going through this is to be able to get the hold done, be able to get him to set still, and for you to feel comfortable in the process of doing this. Now it's going to take several days for you to actually get to this level of his accomplishment, because it's going to be a little bit difficult to maintain his position while you're down here. So with that, and again hold, with that and again reminding you, hold, very good. Reminding you that you're going to be able to teach everything on the floor the same as the table. I'm going to take my pup, because of my comfort level, back up onto the standing table, and we're going to begin teaching at that point. Now that you see I have the pup up on the table, there's an entirely different focus and concentration, which is what the table is designed to do. When he's on the floor, in the pup's mind, he has several avenues of escape anytime that he wants to use them. If we get him up here on the table, he's been elevated. He's up to my level now, where he and I can work closely with one another. I'm considerably more comfortable than I was when I was on the floor on my knees. And you can see the puppy's still happy, his tail's wagging, but he's standing. As long as he's standing, we're going to gain a lot more focus and concentration from him mentally. And from this point now, we can begin to progress much faster and with more consistent results when we have that focus and concentration. So now that I've shown you the difference between being down on your knees on the floor as opposed to being standing up here beside pup, and the comfort level that you're going to gain from it, what do you say we go ahead and go back to the main sequence of the training, and I'm going to show you how to teach your puppy to load onto the table so that we can begin the rest of our work. Now we're going to begin this first phase of the conditioned response to retrieve, or the table load here, with a little golden retriever. Her name is Ripley. She's just turned 6 months old. So what do you say we go ahead and get started? Now she's never been on the table before, so this will be kind of an exciting little adventure for all of us. Here, heel. Here, sit, 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 sit. That's my lady. Very good. Now it's important here that you use lots and lots of praise. Very good. Yeah. So this can be kind of exciting for him. Even though it's going to be a little bit difficult to teach her how to get up here, we want to be sure that she keeps a good attitude about all the work that we're doing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start tapping this bottom step of the table and trying to entice her to get her front feet up onto this. Here, load, load, here. Come on, that's my lady. Come on, come on, come on. Up here, 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 here. Come on, here. That's my girl. Come on. Yeah, look at that. Wow. Very good. Now you got to see there, which happens with almost all the dogs. When I first start tapping the table, they're not sure that they know how to get their feet up on top of that. So they try to dive one way or the other to get around the table, thinking that you just want them to move forward, so going around the table would suffice. Very good, huh? But as I kept coaxing and teasing and persuading her to put her feet up here, when she finally lifted them up, then she gets lots and lots of physical praise for this. Very good, huh? Good. Now, I'm not going to jump right into the point of trying to get her up here on the next step. We're going to repeat this a couple of times, just like I would want you to do, until you can feel comfortable that she actually jumps up when she's been given the verbal command, even though you're going to be tapping that bottom step. Good job, huh? All right, here. That's my girl. Here. One more. Here. Sit. Sit. Remember too, sit. I want her to do this, your dog, I want your dog to do this from a sit position. Load. Load. Here. Here. Come on. Here. Yeah, that's my girl. Very good. Very good. Yes. Remember, too, that your praise must be genuine. Let her understand. Let your dog understand that you're very, very proud of their effort. Very good. That's going to help them want to repeat it more often. One more time. Here. Remember that we do most everything in sets of 3. Very good, huh? Here. Sit. Yes, that's my girl. And every piece of this training sequence is a separate little training fragment of its own. So the sit is just, it's an extension of all the obedience that you just got done teaching, so it's important that you make her come back and continue to practice that. Here, load, load. Very good, yes. Well, you got to see the difference there. And you hear also that the command I use for getting my dogs up onto the table is the command to load. Very good, huh? You can use any command you want. Remember, it's just a sound to them. They don't know words like you and I do. It's just a sound. So find something that you can use that's going to be consistent with each of your training as you progress. Very good, huh? Yes. All right. Now, I'm pretty happy with that. I think she's done very, very well. She's been getting lots of praise for the work, and she's showing us more effort. So now I'm going to try to get her to put her front feet up here on this top step. Now, this can be pretty difficult because at this time she doesn't know how to pick her behind up to get it up here. So we're going to help her here. Ready? Load. Come on. That's my lady. Come on. Come on. Here. 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 Yeah. Come on. Come on. Here. Whoa, look at that. Wow. Very nice. Wow. I'm impressed. Generally, it doesn't go quite this easy. Very good. What they'll do many times is that they'll, with their back feet still on the ground, they'll reach forward and put their front feet up here on the step. Well, obviously then they can't get up like we want them to. Very nice, girl. Good job. Good. So what we have to do then is to pick up their behind a little bit, scoot it up, and get their feet to sit up here on the table. Now that she's up here like we would like to have her be, she's going to get lots and lots more praise. And as long as she's kind of calm and doesn't want to jump off, we're going to go ahead and do a little bit of brushing on her as well. We want her to realize that when she's up here, the brushing that we're going to do is going to be something very, very special. It becomes a reward of its own. Very nice, huh? Good girl. That's my lady. As well, while you're doing the brushing, it gives you a chance to run your hands over the dog. Very good. So you can feel for any pieces, anything that might not be quite right. You're going to be able to feel all of these. Very nice. That's my girl. Talk to them. Lots and lots of talk. First level animated tone of voice, just like you learned in your obedience. Very good. All right, so now what I'm going to do, very good, is I'm going to try to get her back off the table. Now this can be a little tricky too because they're going to want to bail off of the side or something to do this. And I want her just to actually to put her front feet back on this bottom step so the jump isn't quite as high. Here. Here. That's my girl. Very good. There you go. Very nice. Yes, look at that. Very nice. Sit. 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 Very good. Now, we're going to repeat this sequence one more time and see if we can get her all the way up on the top step, completely loaded onto the table. Here. Load. Load. Wow. I'm impressed, young lady. Very nice. Very nice. Now, this is a little bit unusual. It doesn't normally go quite this fast. Very good. Now, remember what we're after here, just like everything else that we've talked about, is we're looking for 80% proficiency, but 100% effort. I wish she would have given me a little more difficulty than what she was. Again, I'm quite surprised that she was as getting up on the table as easily as what she is. It's not normally quite like this. So it may well take you 2 or 3 or 4 lessons to get your pup to the point to where they're going to jump up onto the table or whatever kind of structure it is you're going to use. It could take you 3 or 4 lessons, and if that's the case, it's fine. Remember to work with the dog's attitude and temperament. Very good. Remember, we want them, yeah, that's my lady. Remember, we want them to respect your verbal commands and never fear them. And once you get the dog up here on top, give them lots and lots and lots of praise. All right, so with that, I'm going to take her back off the table again. Here. Very good. That's my girl. All right. Sit. Sit. Very good. All right. So this was more than enough for her lesson for today. She was very, very successful. When your pup gets to the point to where you have the 80% proficiency, but giving you 100% effort, then you will have completed the table load sequence. Do not try to exceed more than 80% of the proficiency, because then we end up nagging the dog. And for these young dogs, even an older dog, that's not what we want to do. All right? So, praise them lavishly for all the effort that they can give you. Good girl. Huh? Let them know that they've been successful and that you're proud of their efforts. And with that, I'll see you at the next phase of training.